I believe. Hey everybody, and welcome to the lottery. Today we are going to find out which one of you is the lucky winner. I'm going to just chat with you guys for a little bit before I dive into the actual draw, just to give some people some time to make it to the stream. But in any case, let me know, like, did you enjoy it? How much did you read? And like, what was your favorite book to come out of this one? I think for me, my favorite one would have to be what you're looking for is in the library. Don't ask me the name of the author because I've forgotten that one, but that one was an unexpected 5 star. So very happy with that read coming out of this readathon. But let's see who's already here. Hey, Natalie. Hello, Josephine. Hey, Barbara. And hello, Jeroen. How are you guys doing? And what are your odds to make it? I already talked about it a little bit over on Discord earlier, but I did a few trial runs of the lottery draw itself, just to kind of fine tune the process that we're going to go through soon. And every single time a different person won. So it's definitely a game of chance. The next draw will be the only one that is official, the only one that will count. And the winner can actually win a book from their wish list. So now you know what's at stake. Hello, Kitty. Yes, I had a great day. I had a pretty unproductive day. I didn't put on an alarm clock this morning, so I woke up like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I have barely done any reading. I did receive my ukulele, and I did start practicing on it a little bit. So I read 5 books for this, and my odds are awful. You definitely have lower odds than the people who have read 10, but out of the 4 times that I tried it, I think twice it was won by somebody who had actually logged 10 books, and the other 2 times it was won by somebody else. So you don't have zero chances neither. I'm just here to see who's the winner vegan chicken dinner. That's also perfectly okay. Oh, I had no idea there was an actual prize. I participated for honor alone. Yeah, I didn't mention it, but there was a prize this time around, so you can still win something as well here. Same, but this raises the stakes. Yes, definitely does. While before we do the actual draw, I can also still share some statistics. Hopefully, you guys are now seeing the statistics page. Definitely let me know, because in order to like switch between the random number generator and the lottery window, I have to kind of, share the entire screen and not just this tab. So if I go back to the studio now, that's also what's going to be visible for you. But I think normally you're seeing this screen when I'm on there. So for this edition, we had 13 participants that registered books over the course of the month, and across us 13, we read 93 books, which I think is a perfectly lovely number. And yeah, because there was a maximum amount of books that you could log as well, a maximum of 10 books that you could log, I think that is perfectly a fine number to have reached. And then when it comes to authors, there are a few authors that were read multiple times, but I think the majority of these are actually registered by the same person having read 2 books by the same author, but that is not the case for Charles Dickens. Charles Dickens had the honor of being the one book that was logged multiple times, and that is, of course, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, which was logged twice, which is only fitting for the month of December. So I'm just gonna quickly check whether some of you are saying something about nobody's mentioning that I'm sharing the wrong screen, so I'm guessing that it is working the way that I assume it was. And then we have the prompts. So a few times throughout the month, I was saying that I was sharing which prompts were like the top of the board and which ones weren't chosen as much. And in the end, there was one clear winner. So prompt number 9 ended up being the most registered prompts. So 9 out of 13 people have registered that prompt. So if this one becomes part of the draw, it basically has almost no impact because almost everybody voted for it, which is not the case for the lower prompts, like the over 600-page prompts and the award-winning prompts, because those ones have only been logged 3 times. So if one of these is part of the 5 numbers that come out of this draw in a few minutes, then that increases the odds of the people who have actually voted for that one. And yeah, this elusive number 11 and 14, which I thought were like the clear winners early within the month, did get beat by the end of it. And so our 13 participants, I have them registered here from the highest amount of books that were logged to the lowest amount. But as you can see, there were like quite a few people who have logged over the like standard 5 slots. And as indicated earlier, there is also like there are people who when I did my trial runs, it wasn't necessarily these 3 people that won. So I'm just going to do a final check of the comments to see what came in more in terms of comments before I go into the draw. Are these numbers not chosen during this Gamenightathon? And if so, did you leave it in or take it out? Which do you mean with these numbers? The numbers for the final 5 draws, you mean? For the final draw is happening now, yes. So I did do a few trial runs in which I was choosing 5 numbers to see how it would go to have this running live, but those numbers I've erased again. It's working fine, I think. Okay, we are captivated by the stats. What if 2 people end up at the same place? Yeah, so that definitely happened a few times in the test run. So I indicated it as well, I think, in the announcement video that if 2 people end up having the exact same amount of prompts correct, then the next thing that will break the tie is the amount of numbers of those prompts that you actually guess correctly within your first 5 guesses. Because in a normal lottery, you would only be allowed to have 5 numbers that you would enter. These would be like, this is your guess at the winning numbers. And then afterwards, and if you don't guess them in those 5, then you lose, So if, for example, somebody who logs 10 books has 5 prompts that are correct, and somebody who has only 5 books also gets all 5 of them correct, the person with the 5 would win because they would have guessed all 5 correct within the first slots. Hoping that is somewhat clear. And if then things are incorrect, are still the same, then I'm going to try to attempt something that is not as clear and that I'm therefore hoping doesn't come into play, and that is the order of the numbers, how much of the order is correct. Both win or the one who reads more books, or not that I can win. So no, I'm not gonna go off of the person who reads more books gets it, because that's just unfair, because the whole point of this was like to limit the amount of books read so that the people who read more don't automatically win. So that's definitely not how I'm going to do it. And if at some point I just cannot make a decision, then 2 people get a book, I think somehow, come on, no, that's not the correct camera. Go to that one, thanks. All right, don't know what I did there, but I was fiddling with the cables for the webcam. Never a good idea. Numbers for the prompts if a prompt wasn't chosen during the whole month. So all of them were chosen. There's not a single prompt that was never chosen. The lowest ones were chosen 3 times, but every single prompt has been chosen. The excitement rises. Yeah. What is a live stream without technical failures, right? Where did I go? Exactly. It was not the cats for once, by the way. No, Buffy is like super innocent over there. She's like, what? We have reached the technical difficulties portion. I'm happy that we get to the technical difficulties portion before we get to the actual draw. Let's just all blame the cats, exactly. All right. I think we are about 10 minutes over, so it's definitely time enough for us to start with the actual draw. So I'm going to share the screen again. So a little bit of inception going on. So the way that I'm going to do it is this is a visual of all of you guys, and I'm going to filter out all of the prompt numbers and add them back in as we go through the generation. So I have a not random number generator up here going from 1 to 16. This number does not count. I'm going to generate, I don't know why, but I'm going to generate 3 times without it counting, and then we're going to start. Okay, so these don't count. 1, 2, 3. And now the next one up is the first number. First number is 1. So I'm going to also, for my own sake, add it over here for when you guys end up having a tie. So prompt number 1 was locked by 6 people. So 6 people are currently in the running. If your name is not there, you obviously still have chances. In none of the 4 trial runs that I did was there a single person who had all 5 numbers correct. Chances of that are, according to ChatGPT, very low. So there are currently 6 people in the lead, but this can all change when we run a second number. So just gonna do one more paranoia check. Bad start for me. All right, let's see. Back to second number. Go. Number 7. Also, if somehow a double is selected, we will of course just roll again because we couldn't double generate them. So prompt number 7. What does that change? All right, so I told you, Jeroen, you don't have bad luck with your numbers. So we have 4 people currently in the lead, 4 people who have 2 out of the 5 numbers correct at this point in time. And in total, we currently have 10 out of 13 people who are still in the running, who have had a number correctly calculated. Moving on to number 3. Number 16. I think number 16 is a little bit more rare as a prompt, so that can be interesting. So I'm going to add it here again in case we get to a tie. Number 16. We have, oh shit. So this is the situation I don't want to get to, but okay. We have me as the leads. We have 5 people in second position, and in total we have 11 out of 13 people who have 1 prompt correct at this point in time. Moving into prompt number 4. Number 6. Adding in prompt number 6. And we have a 3-way tie leading into the final number. So it's a tie between Natalie, who's also in the chat, me, Adriana, who's not here at the moment, and then we have 6 people who can still catch up in the next roll. And then in total, I think everybody probably, yeah, everybody has had at least 1 prompt correct at this point in time, which is also a win. I'm just going to go back to the chat for 1 second before we go to the final prompt number. I'm just going to remove this for the inception case. So let's see. No, 3 of my numbers didn't count. Or do you mean in like the trial things that I did before? Bad start for me. Yeah, I don't want to win. Let's see if that happens. What happens? But I shouldn't win. Like when you're hosting a readathon, you don't want to be the winner of your own readathon. I'm happy that it's fun though. Then we write. Please don't kill me. Don't say that. We're all in the game. Hey, Daniela, you are here at a very suspenseful moment because we've done 4 out of the 5 numbers for the lottery. So this 5th number can potentially decide things, or if we end up with a tie, then we will definitely have to do some calculations. The trial things, yeah, assumed. We can disqualify you. Yeah, I'll definitely disqualify me. If you, it's 2 kinds. Well, you'd want to win if it's team-based, but otherwise not. Exactly. So let's go back. Without further ado, let's do the final run. final one, number 12. I'm trying to remember which one number 12 is and whether I have it. Prompt number 12. Ha! Very unfortunate situation because I clearly didn't have it. So we have a 6-way tie. And this is why I have this number here. Okay, so 6-way tie. I need to put Natalie, Mami2 Rockstar, Brandy B07, me, Adriana, and Asipiter into the calculations. Okay, so we go to the summary page. And so, no, erase all of them. Asipiter, it was Adriana as well, right? Adriana, me, Brandy, me to a Rockstar, and Natalie, right? Those are 6 people. Yes. Yes. This is the less interesting section of this portion because now this is a manual section. Okay, now we need to check for all of these 5 numbers, how many of them did you guess within your first 5 choices? So within her first 5 choices, Brandy only has 1, which is the number 6, right? Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I'll go back to it before we make any sort of a decision. Accipiter has, okay, so only the number 4 is out of here because he registered 6 ones. And the number 4 isn't in here, which means that, how much did we have in common? We all voted 3, right? So he has 3. Natalie, you have the 7, the 6, just the 7 and the 6, if I'm not wrong. So meaning 2, meaning Accipiter is in the lead. 16, 1, 6, meaning a tie again. 1, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So only the 1, right? Yeah. And then Mami to a Rockstar. 7, only 1, right? So 2-way tie between Accipiter and Adriana, if I'm not sure, if I'm correct. And my numbers are way off. Nobody's correcting me here, so I'm going to assume that I did that correctly, those calculations. And then we get to the horrible section, which is, and I don't know whether I will be able to break that tie or not, but the order of the books, the order of the prompts. So we only have 3, right? So the 3 correct ones are, where are they? 12, 7, and 1, right? That's the order he has. 12, 7, 1. Don't stop doing that. Stop making that 2001. I'll just put a 0 in there to avoid it. Adriana has 16, 1, and 6. All right. 12 is in wrong position compared to everything else. 7 is in wrong position compared to everything else, and 1 is in the wrong position. So I would say in this case, 0 of them are in the right position to one another. 16 is, and here I would say, because the order between 16 and 6 is correct, as in 16 is guessed before 6, that those are correct, but the 1 is incorrect because the 1 needs to go in front. So that's why I would say that here 2 out of them are correct, but feel free to have a different opinion to me and discuss that in the chat. But if that is correct, then I would proclaim Adriana the winner of this edition of Gamenightathon. I was very relieved indeed. She only had one prompt in the top 5. Exactly. I was like, oh, phew, I'm immediately disqualified. That's perfect. I think you did it right. Okay. Adriana, indeed. Okay, it seems like people agree with my way of calculating this, which means that Adriana is the winner of Gamenightathon, the lottery edition. She's not here in the chat at the moment. I will definitely reach out to her over on Discord to figure out how to get a book to her. And yeah, congratulations to all of you, because even though you didn't win, you did hopefully still have a good time, and you definitely did get some reading done in the month of December. I am not going to do any sort of sprints at this point in time, mainly because I'm waiting for my doctor to call me. But I want to really thank you guys for sticking with me throughout Gamenightathon, especially since I'm still in a little bit of a rut when it comes to content creation. So I didn't do much for this readathon the way that I would have loved to do sprints for it or anything like that. So I'm very happy that you guys are still motivated enough to keep this readathon in mind for the entirety of this month and just like keep at it. And I will hopefully just do another round of Gamenightathon again in July, the way that I did last year, and it will normally be the exact same version. I might tweak the board. I mean, I will change the board in any case, but I might also tweak some of the rules, maybe the size of the board or the amount of pages that you need to read and stuff like that. But I will probably use the same game as well, unless you guys are like, no, give us another one. We want to see what you can come up with next. Congratulations indeed to the winner. Well done. There will be a next round, so it should be July. I mean, I don't typically have any plans for July normally, so I don't foresee that being the case neither. So it should be okay to host my readathon then. Thank you. Hello. Congrats indeed. It was indeed a lot of fun. Still twice a year. If can we make it a wait, or can we make it a seasonal thing? So yeah, my plan is to do these 2 rounds always. And so unless you guys want to change up the games, which you can definitely let me know, and I will definitely have a think on what I can do as another game. I know that I once had the idea of maybe doing a sort of like Scrabble based game. So that would also still be an option, that I think a little bit further about that, for example. But otherwise, I'm just going to continue with these 2 until people are tired of them. Thank you for hosting. I thought this format was so exciting. Yeah, I'm happy that you liked it. I like this one as well because of the restriction in the amount of books that you're allowed to log. So happy to take that back into 2024. So yeah, with that, we have a honorary visit from Buffy, who decides to make a last minute appearance to wish you guys a very happy new year. And so enjoy the rest of your evening, guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.